Welcome back to my channel. Thanks guys in the Fracom and YouTube at large for joining me here on my channel. Steven Sturgill will be your host for the next few minutes. Let's get into it. Today, guys, we're taking a look at a scent from England, from the UK, from London, Londres. House of Beaufort, London. I know a lot of us in the frac community and the niche game, many of us do know about this house, and I know for the fragrance lovers at large, unfortunately, many of us do not know about this house, so trying to shed a little bit of light on a house that is quite interesting and not that well known compared to more established brands, if that makes sense. This was my scent of the day yesterday. It will not be, unfortunately, today. Nothing against the scent, but I can't. I'm trying to establish, what different fragrances do in my skin. And this is Iron Duke. Unfortunately, the alcohol has terribly caused the ink to smear, but you can kind of read that. It says, you can see the Fort part and the Iron Duke. Anyways, trust me, this is Iron Duke. I got this from, I think, Twisted Lily. Yes. Okay, anyways, this dropped, I think, 2 years ago, 2017. Very, very recent fragrance to market. Nose on this was Julie Dunkley, who unfortunately I know next to nothing about, with all due respect. I just know she's done one other fragrance also for the House of Beaufort, London. This is supposed to have smoke, leather, tobacco, rum, and gunpowder. I think I can quite confidently say there's a couple of other hidden notes in here, and there's something both mineral and at the same time green. I don't know what kind of green it is. It's not green as in anything fresh. It's maybe like moss or something, oak moss, or I don't know. There's something very green in here, but it's buried very deep. Now, a note about the tobacco. The tobacco is very, very strange. It tucks itself back into the leather and the so-called gunpowder note, which again I'm not so sure that's really gunpowder. There's no sulfur in here, so it's more the idea of like smoke and metallic mineral. Maybe just a minuscule hint of incense. There's definitely something like an old funky parchment, and I will tell you guys that this is so animalic upon opening that it makes Tom Ford Tuscan leather and ombre leather especially look like Mr. Rogers, in the neighborhood. Like if you think those are animalic, either of those, TL or ombre leather, this will knock you into mañana, literally. This is extremely pungent and animalic on the opening. I wish the tobacco had been much more pronounced and obvious, but again, it hides so well behind the leather and that gunpowder, so-called gunpowder cord. And the rum also is not very boozy. It's there like at a 2%, 3% level. It's tucked so down into the base. It's a little bit resinous, I'll give it that, but I would have liked a lot more rum and a heck of a lot more tobacco. And I would have liked the tobacco to have been more both more sweeter and more spicier, if that makes sense. More pungent, like a really, really good pipe tobacco. Don't have to do the cherry tobacco route. I think that's starting to have been overdone to a point, overplayed and overdone, overused to a point. Let's talk about the leather, though. This is really, really, really mostly about the leather. At about the 2-hour mark, guys, it really, well. Firstly, let me backtrack. At the 1-hour mark, it finally calmed down enough to where I felt like the scent was approachable and wearable, and I wasn't afraid to be smelled in public. I don't really get civet in here, although technically it could be. There probably is castoreum, some type of light musk, or styrax maybe is in here, in my personal opinion. It's very, very Animalic and Pungent, but there is that little old musky parchment, maybe some kind of old woods accord. There's something green in here I cannot get my nose on. I mean, I can't figure out exactly what that is. Could be oak moss, like I said, or something like that. But again, you are going to get that metallic, strange, incensey gunpowder cord. But again, old, funky, extremely animalic leather. But a very oily type leather is really what this fragrance is all about. At about the 2 hour mark, it really came into its own, and it actually became a lot more sophisticated smelling. And at about the 4 to 5 hour mark, it really became pleasant, nuanced, very intriguing, sort of very old world aristocrat. Smelled very top tier. It really smelled like wealth. You know what I mean? It smelled like a very wealthy individual or wealthy man's scent. I do find this skews very masculine in my opinion, but technically it is unisex. I can't too easily imagine the woman or the type of woman that would rock this scent, but you're probably out there, honey, if you yeah, without a doubt. But again, it plays on our pH and our skin very differently at any rate. So this is going to take a strong individual and even a strong man to rock this scent on a regular basis. This is definitely not a scent for the masses. This is not a crowd pleaser. This is not anywhere near anything designer or like casually approachable. But I think if you are the type of person that likes heavy, very animalic, thick, smoky, old world, oily leather-based scents where the leather is absolutely the rock star of the show, this could be your go-to scent, at least on special occasions, either in the winter or the fall, or depending on where you live. I know some parts of the world it's the reverse, and they get cold when it's our summer and our spring. But whatever the case may be, this is a man's scent in every sense of the word. I don't know why they're listing it as unisex. That's going to do it. It's a little bit pricey. I've only seen the 1.7s offered. Maybe there's a larger 3.3, 3.4 ounce 90 or 100 ml bottle. I don't know that for sure. I know this is fairly pricey. I think it MSRP's out for the 1.7 or is that a 30 mils? I think that's a 30, or is it a 50 mils? I think that's a 50 mils. Yeah, for about 150. Not sky high, definitely way higher than the average consumer based designer scent, or consumer geared designer scent. So there is that. But again, if you're buying niche, expect to pay at least 150 just to get into the game for the most part. That's not a bad price at all for what you're getting. And this is very unique. I would rate this quite high on my unique scale. Definitely requires a strong individual, probably very mature. I can't see anyone below 30 unless they're just really avant-garde or extra mature rocking the scent. Just my personal opinion. Again, wear what you want, guys. That's going to do it. If you like, please subscribe. Click the bell for future updates. I got to skedaddle, so I will see you guys down the road. Spray often, spray well. Live life on your terms. Love you guys. Peace.